Hey guys, Soulord here, back in with another action figure review. Today we'll be taking a look at the DC Multiverse Dark Knight's Speed Metal Darkest Knight Collect-a-Build Figure Wave. Kid Flash, Wallace West from Speed Metal, of course. It's the Speed Metal Wave. What do you expect? That said, this of course brought to us by the fine folks over at McFarlane Toys, who are going to remain fine folks for the majority of this video, despite the fact that, well, this figure kind of sucks. Reviews over later. No. Yeah, I can't say that I am all too enthusiastic about this figure, but before we get too far ahead of ourselves, why don't we cut right to the chase and get to the meat and taters of this review and take a look-see at all Mr. Wallace, is that his name? West has to offer in terms of accessories, starting off the collectible trading card. Probably would help if I had my reader read the bio on the back, but we ain't got time for that. We ain't got time for that. I need to crap all over this thing's accessories. Like, what, okay, first of all, these two are fine, alright? These two for the arms, these are fine. I can get these to stay on because of his little gauntlet spike thingies. That said, what the hell are these? What the hell are these? These suck. These are terrible. What is that? How does that stay on? That's physically impossible. There's nothing on this thing. There's nothing there. This at least wraps around all the way. This is like so open. Maybe I could warp this, but these poo-poo caca. Alright? And I know somebody's going to hit me up in the comments and say, oh, it's supposed to go on this way, and you're doing it wrong, and blah, 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 blah. And I'm just going to forewarn you, the first one of y'all to do that will be ousted out faster than Dave Mustaine from Metallica in the early 80s. There's a speed metal reference for your ass. That said, I'm sure one of you is going to be all, oh, it's actually thrash metal, says the Metallica fan that got into Metallica because they heard Master of Puppets on Stranger Things. Yeah, kiss my balls, you fairy. That said, I'll give this figure some credit. This is actually not bad. This torso piece, I like. I think this is kind of cool. Mostly because it stays on the frickin' thing, but, you know, I'll give credit where it's due. I like this piece. I think this is a cool little piece. But other than that, the rest of his accessories are kind of crap. So, that said, this come with a hockey puck display stand we're using with all McFarlane Toys releases. And on this guy's case, you're probably going to want to use it because his ankles are kind of loose. At least that one is. Maybe they're not as bad, but the rockers are pretty loose. I think I swapped the feet around to try and pop them in, but they just don't pop in. It's very odd. I don't know if I can pop the ball hinge out of the shin there and do that, but yeah, it just doesn't really. This foot is just so loose. This one's not really any better either, so I don't know what the deal is with this this guy's feet. It just feels like something's not plugged in there, but whatever. His torso is also kind of bobbly. It's fine at the moment, but if I start moving him, it's going to get loose. And then he is a, I assume, African-American lad. I'm not familiar with this version of Kid Flash. I know Wally West because he was Kid Flash before, mostly because of Young Justice. That's how I know him. I know he was Kid Flash before then. I'm not stupid. But yeah, it's just, I don't know. Never really did it for me, this version of Kid Flash. But he's got a cool looking costume. I just wish he was more metalled out, like Barry Allen or Jay Garrick. I mean, that Jay Garrick is frickin' bussin'. But as far as his articulation goes, he can look up all the way. Look down a decent amount. Tilt, rotate. Shoulders go out, back down. They do rotate all the way around. It's got a little bit of butterfly in there. Swivel in the bicep. Double elbow. Yeah. No Cliffs of Dover at least, so he's got that going for him. And he's got a ball hinge wrist. It works okay. Torso will lean forward, back, tilt side to side, rotate. And his waist will rotate. Legs will kick forward. Yeah, alright. Back. Yeah, alright. Out. Pretty good. He's got a thigh cut a little bit. Double knee. Nice tight knees. I'll give him that. Got really nice tight knees. Then he's got the ball hinge feet. But again, I don't know what's going on with mine. If it's just the foot's loose or what. But he does have the ball hinge ankles with the toe joint. So there you go. That is Wallace West Flash. Why is his last name West? Is he related to Wally? Wow-ee. Or is that just a coincidence? I don't know. But yeah, definitely not my favorite figure in the wave. And this review probably isn't going to sell you on it either. If you're on the fence about this one, first of all, what took you so long? I mean, it's only been out for, what, 2 years? Almost by the time this video is being posted. So yeah, not the greatest, but I also could have got a poopy one. So there's that too. So with that being said, before this guy falls on his face, why don't we move right along and take a look at some size comparisons. First up, here is good old Wallace West, is it? Alongside the massive Jay Garrick and Barry Allen, who are definitely more metaled out than Wallace here. And I will tell you, to his credit, Wallace West, I think, scales a little better with these two than Wally West does. Because if they're meant to both be kind of sort of kid flashes, then this is a better scale. You know, Barry and Jay should be taller. But maybe Wally's grown up, but he's still a little too tall, I think. So, getting these two out of here. Bringing our two regulars, the Mythic Legion's Brother Mandibulus. Right here. And the infamous Living Spawn, who I know is going to be, yep. Yeah, there's no contest there. He's definitely towering over everyone today. So, with that being said, it's time now that we wrap things up with some final thoughts. Overall, and I don't think there's any other way I could put this, this thing sucks. It freaking sucks. The feet are loose, the torso's loose, the effects fall off constantly, and I'm sure someone's going to come up in my comments section saying, you're supposed to attach them this way. That's great, but if there's a specific way these things are supposed to be put onto the figure, then it should come with some MF and instructions to tell me how to do that, because I don't know how to get this thing to work otherwise. They just fall off constantly, and it's super frustrating. On top of the fact that, yeah, the quality control is not the best either, because once again, the feet are loose, torso's loose. Thankfully, the elbows and knees, not so much, and the sculpt and paint is even acceptable at the price point, but much like the Wally West I looked at earlier today, this is literally Wallace West, is that his name? It's the same costume he normally has, just in a different color. At least Barry Allen and Jay Garrick in this speed metal wave got the quote-unquote metal treatment and are rocking different looks for the story arc, but the two, we'll call them kid flashes here, just don't have that much going on for me personally to recommend them to anyone for that matter. So with that being said, hope you guys enjoyed this review. Until next time, I'll catch you guys later.